Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another weekly setup. So I'm going to be using alexg set and forget strategy to break down the pairs that we have for this new week and let us see the best opportunities we have for this new week, right? Alright, coming over to my screen, I am going to be deciding the best pairs to add for this new week on this video. Euro AUD is the very first pair I'll be paying attention to for this new week. Now, in my own opinion, this daily time frame area of interest is not that valid, right? You just have maybe two rejections from area of interest, right? So that simply means that we'll be using a 4-hour area of interest in this case, right? In my own opinion, I'll be using a 4-hour area of interest in this case. So daily time frame, let's see what we have. Daily time frame is clearly bearish, right? Daily time frame is bearish. Weekly time frame is also bearish, right? Now, 4-hour time frame, here is my game plan for this new week, right? So in my own opinion, this market structure is still bearish. We are coming back to area of interest, reacting from 4-hour structure points, right? And now we are having a slowdown. Now on the entry time frame, which is going to be the 1-hour time frame, I will be waiting for price to actually break under this low because the 1-hour time frame is clearly bullish. This right here is the higher high and this is the higher low. So I need price to actually break under this low for this market to be bearish and for me to be interested in this market. So I need a break and retest under this low for me to sell, right? So I can potentially sell to, the daily structure points. So that was the reason I actually put that yellow line. I just deleted it. I don't know why. So I will sell to the next daily structure point, which is right at this line right here, right? So that's the first pair I'm paying attention to this week. Might actually be my favorite pair this week. Euro GBP, that is my next pair for this week. And the idea behind this particular pair, I will show you right now, is that this area of interest is a very strong area of interest on a daily time frame. Clearly, when we came to this area of interest, we made a very strong decision. We sold down twice here very strongly. Here we sold down. When we are above area, we bought to the upside strongly. And clearly, for the past 47 days, price has never traded above this area. So we are just clearly below this area. We only wicked up to this area, but we never really traded above this area, right? So that simply means that now that we are around that area, we could actually potentially sell to these next daily structure points right here. It's very possible, right? So to me, this daily time frame is actually bullish. It's actually bullish, but I'm seeing more reasons to actually be selling this market right now. Another thing you can see is that once we are using momentum, very strong momentum coming through area of interest, and we have stalled around area of interest for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So clearly we are using strong volume coming through area, but when we go to area, the volume reduced drastically. That shows that this area of interest is likely to hold very well. Again, you can also see that the daily time frame, we have a very strong engulfing candle, right? So this last day, which was on Friday, we engulfed we were having an engulfing candle which shows a rejection from this area of interest, right? So that's what I can see. Weekly time frame also has had multiple rejections from that same area of interest, as you can see. Right now, the 4-hour time frame, right? So 4-hour time frame is going to be the cleanest time frame. I want price to actually react from this last previous structure point on the 4-hour time frame, right? So I need a retracement back into this area and reasons to sell from here. Then I can now sell and take my trade all the way down here, potentially, right? Potentially. So let's see how the 1 hour will be looking. So as you can see, on the 1 hour, it's going to be the exact same thing. Right now, it seems like here, this is the break and this is the break right now. And then we'll have a retracement. From the EMA, by the way, you can clearly see that the EMA is clearly above current market price, which shows that the EMA might potentially start holding this market as resistance, to sell, right? So that is my next pair I will need to pay attention to for this week, right? It's not the cleanest of all the pairs, but this right here, I am willing to actually take it this week, right? So that is that for Euro GBP. Let's see if we have anything on gold. I'm just looking at that. All right, so gold. Now last week someone bought gold from here because he saw that I was looking for a break and retest above here to buy gold, right? So he saw this break right here, break above the area, a retracement, and a doji and an engulfing. Then now he bought from here, right, to buy gold. Now why is that wrong? So I have to correct that so that you don't have to do it again, right? Now we are looking for a break and retest above area. Now watch this. We had a break, right, and we had the retracement, and we had the confirmatory entry under the area of interest. This area of interest is meant to hold the price as support for us to buy. That is the reason for the break and retest above this area. Having just this break and retest, price is still under the area. You cannot buy from here. You are buying right into resistance level, like you are just jamming a brick wall. You understand? So if you saw the confirmatory entry here, what's the best step for you to take? Is to wait for price to start trading above, have a new break above this high, have a new break above that high, have a new retracement, coming back to area, holding area as support, right? This area of interest will be holding price. Sorry, it will be holding price as support for you to now buy. Then you now put your stop loss below the area. That is a safe trade. You don't just follow, you don't just break, retest, and then price is still under area just like this. Clearly you can clearly see that it's sold from that area, and you are buying right there. It doesn't make any sense, right? So right now I still believe that for gold to buy, we still need price to have that break and retest above here to buy. Clearly we need price to be we need the area to be holding price as support, right? So that's that for gold. We are not really trading it this week. There's no need. All right, Euro USD is another pair. So let's see what we had on that pair. So Euro USD might not really be one of the best, but we are actually reacting from this. Let me show you from this structure point right here, right? So now this is not actually the previous structure point. The actual previous structure point is this one right here, right? So we have already reacted from that area. So right now we are actually reacting from this particular area. Now price has clearly rejected from this area because this is the main area of interest, and price bought up last week, right? Right now we are having a little bit of retracement and two dojis. It's very possible that price might continue buying this new week, right? So that is that for Euro USD, and let's see how the 4 hour is looking. So 4 hour time frame, if I'm going to be buying these markets, I am going to be a little bit more careful. So I need price to actually have a minor break and retest above here. So this will be a little bit more valid, right? So if price can break this high, have a break and retest, then it might be a little bit more valid to buy. But right now, this is not really the best of the best. It's just something that's very probable. It's very possible for it to happen this week, right? Now GBP USD is another pair, so it's very similar to Euro USD. I am still going to be waiting for a break and retest above here to buy. Okay, so I'm not really mad about this pairs. It seems like he's going to make a very good decisions this week, right? But I'm still going to be very careful because GBP USD gave me a loss last week after telling me he's going to buy, right? As you can see, after telling me he was going to buy, he actually started retracing all the way downward. So I'll be very careful on buying this market, right? So let's see. NZD card might not actually happen this week. I'm actually waiting for a break and retest on that here, so I don't believe it will happen this week. But there's a lot of price action that price needs to do, right? So if you watch the weekly set, the longer version of these setups, you understand the reason for the sales, right? But for now, I don't think it's going to happen as soon as next week. AUD USD. So AUD USD, I need to just make sure that you guys understand that this area of interest is actually a 4 hour area of interest, right? So it's not really a very strong one, but it's very probable that we can actually reject off of this area because we have clearly seen. Let me come closer to show you guys. We have clearly seen multiple rejections from this area, which means that this area might actually hold price as support now, because clearly as we saw rejections like this, we actually bought up strongly, as you can clearly see. So that is the same thing that's happening. So we are just trying to catch these things right here. right? So that's pretty much what we are trying to do, right? So on the 1 hour time frame, which is going to be my entry time frame, it will make more sense if we have a cleaner break and retest above this area to buy. So I'm actually very interested in this market, and I don't know if that is the last pair. Let's see. Yeah, that's the last pair, which is AUD JPY, right? AUD JPY. I'm sure this market is cleaner on the 4 hour time frame. I am going to be looking for a retracement back into the area to actually sell, right? So yes, I also like this market as well. As you can see, EMA is also shifting bearish, clearly showing that the market is going to be retracing, is going to be selling to the downside, right? But we don't really have a lot of momentum. So I'm still going to watch this market a little bit to decide on exactly what I'm going to be doing, because right now this market structure is actually pretty much choppy, right? If you are looking for an entry, there's actually two entries right now on this pair, which means this right here might actually be an entry. This one right here, and this second one, and this second one right here, right? And the stop loss, both of them are going to be above here, right? So I'll still decide, right, on the Telegram channel. I'll let you guys know, right, on exactly what I'm going to be doing on this particular market. But this market might happen as soon as market opens, right? So if you want to stay updated and you want me to let you guys know when I'm about to enter the market, you can just come over to the YouTube, click on this link, join the Telegram channel. I post this trade as soon as I'm about to enter. I tell you guys maybe even hours before I enter, right? I tell you guys how many minutes in how many minutes I'm even going to enter the market and stuff like that. So it usually just depends on what the market structure is doing, but I'm likely to tell you everything that is going to happen, right? So right now, I actually believe this market will continue selling, but we'll decide as soon as market opens on exactly what to do. Stop loss is going to be above this high, right? So let's just take note. Stop loss is going to be above this high. So that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys next week.